Typical Layer 09.
When this episode starts, we get even more real-life footage. This actually happens a lot in this episode. It's very odd. Okay, so as I see it right now, there's 3 lanes. Normal lane, the one we started with, wired lane, the crazy one, and our newest addition, who I call soulless lane, because removing the 2 halves of lane has made a 3rd one that isn't quite the same as either side. Okay, with that explained, back to the reflection. At Lane's door, we see why is there an alien wearing a Freddy Krueger shirt here? Oh, okay, bye I guess. What the hell was that? Soulless Lane goes into the Wired, but the next scene after has Normal Lane wearing the same outfit as Soulless Lane in the Wired. And now I'm confused on if when Soulless Lane goes there, it's Normal Lane that's the body, or maybe I'm thinking too hard about this and all 3 lanes just share the same outfit. Speaking of outfits, her bear onesie's finally back. It's nice to see some normal stuff in this very confusing mess we have now. These static people are extremely creepy, especially how this one with the eye just slides up right next to the camera. Mika is now doing a dopey-do, where she's talking to an imaginary phone, but I don't know if she's talking to another personality like Diavolo, or if she's just crazy. This kid is a part of the Knights? Well, I thought all of them would be criminal masterminds like Wired Lane is. I mean, he is a lower member, but I expected, Discord mod levels of computer knowledge here. We finally see a little bit of Lane's backstory, and as it looks, she was just put into this house. And it doesn't even look that long of a time ago, so yeah, definitely not her real family. Okay, so the last thing I put in my notes for this video was, well, see, now what? And this wasn't any moment in specific, it just was a reaction to I'm keeping that one in. Just to how the show is entirely now.
Layer 10.
So this guy comes in talking to Lane about him being the god of the Wired? But I thought Lane was. I literally had a whole thing about guessing that in the earlier episode's last video. So are there multiple gods? So, Lane's dead. Or at least partially. The one we see, what I call Normal Lane, is just a creation. The original Lane is Wired Lane. Normal Lane's just a copy. This show is starting to make more sense, but it's definitely getting darker. And that scene with the fake Alice scared me. Why was she so close to the camera? People are actually abandoning their body to become omnipotent like Lane, or they can live forever in the Wired, which I think works because the girl who does that in the first episode, Chisa, is seen by Lane later on, and they got the messages from the dead people. I mentioned in an earlier episode how there's not really any background music, but in this episode I finally noticed it when it did play.
You see, I realized I had no need for a body.
When Lane gets back home, everyone's gone. The plants are dead, and Mika's room is completely turned over. Where did they go?
This is my goodbye, Miss Lane. You must have figured it out by now. Our work here with you is finally completed. It was only for a short time, but I know I didn't do enough for you. Well, at least now you're free to become anything you want.
Oh, so that guy with the glasses from before was right, huh? So those people from last episode were the Knights, and Lane leaked all of their identities, leading to all of their deaths. Holy shit, the main villains of the show, or at least who I thought were, just died all at once. And only on episode 10 out of 13. It's hard to get a grasp on just how strong Lane is. We see her do some very crazy things, but never really know how far she can go.
Photography. Layer 11.
Well, this title card is different. I am watching this on YouTube, so it could be edited, but it's still weird. Just like the first half of the episode, it's just a recap of the last 10 episodes being put into Soulless Lane's head, with a guitar riff that definitely isn't something I expected from the show, but it somehow works really well. Finally, Chisa shows back up. She was set up to be pretty important, killing herself in the first scene and then reappearing somehow later. But after that, she hasn't appeared again until now. And then another guy walks up to them and tries to get Lain to shoot herself. See, YouTube commenter? And then the Freddy Krueger alien from episode 9 comes back and, oh, maybe we should kill that. Why is there a Lainian talking to Alice right now? If you were going to try and make up with Alice and tell her that that wasn't you leaking all her secrets, why the hell would you appear in this form? Oh, and she disappeared like how the other one did too. Then Alice's secret gets deleted from everyone's memories. There's Lain. But as Alice and we are thinking, which Lain is this? And that smile says all we need to know. It's the bad one.
Landscape Layer 12.
This episode starts and, oh, damn. I think that was supposed to be a jump scare, but for some reason, Lain just looking away, laughing 1 second, and then fully deadpan looking at Alice the next is kinda hilarious. So it seems that God's main goal is to connect the real world and the wired, and he's using Lain to achieve that goal, as he doesn't even have a physical body himself. Okay, so Alice seems like more of a main character at this point. It actually seems to be from her POV most of the time too. And I kinda think she might be my favorite character now. It was Mika, but we all know how that ended. But Alice is just caught in the middle of all this. Aside from what she did in private, she really shouldn't have anything to do with this whole storyline. But somehow she just fits perfectly. It's weird. Okay, so now we're back to Alice. And damn, I didn't know Alice's style was so on fleek. Anyway, she walks into Lain's house. What the hell happened here? Why does it... Alice, I don't think you have to be polite and take your shoes off here. This place is completely destroyed and empty. Or not. Mika's still on the handphone. I think they put her on hold. Oh, and Lain's here too, under this pile of wires. And after a whole argument with God, he transforms into this. Is that Nemesis from Resident Evil 3? And he dies? Or at least I think he's dead. So what's going to be in episode 13? Please just let it be a good happy ending where Lain gets to live normally with Alice and be happy. No. I don't think that's what's going to happen. It seems Lain may have to die for everything to go back to normal. Or rather, progress to what we would call normal. Either way, I guess it's time to finish this. So when this episode starts, wait, why is everything normal in the house again? And Lain's parents are there too. And now this scene with Alice feels like the ending. They're all happy again. Everyone's forgotten Alice's secret. They're even doing the thing where they play an OST with lyrics over the last episode. But someone's missing. And this isn't a happy ending until she shows up. Wait, that's not who I was talking about. Why is Chisa here?
That's right. If you aren't remembered, then you never actually existed.
If everything that isn't remembered doesn't exist, then is Lain even around anymore? We even go on to see other people from the story who have lived completely different lives. The glasses guys are just working on a power line, and God is just a normal guy who gets underestimated at his job. It kind of reminds me of Meraki from Persona 5. We finally see Lain again. She's alone, having chosen to erase herself from everyone's memories so that they could just live a normal life. But that's not the end for her. As we see her meet up with her dad and talk for a while, she finally gets her closure on everything that's happened. Then we jump to the future. We see Alice living her life and being happy. But there's someone watching her from afar. It's Lain. And when Alice talks to her, not even she fully remembers Lain anymore. Lain promises to always watch over her. And that's where it ends. Well, she isn't dead, but she isn't exactly alive either. While other people get older, live their lives, and forget her more and more, Lain remains, watching every step of the way. But I'm so glad she got her good ending, even if compared to everyone else she got the bad ending. And Alice also got a good ending, which is definitely a big plus for me. This show was definitely something else, but I loved it start to finish, especially this episode and episode 12. But I think episode 12 is my favorite out of them. Well, I guess that ends it. It took a few months, but it feels weird to finally finish one of these reflections. But it was really fun to do this. And what's coming up next is even better. Your Lie in April. Until then, bye. And remember, you don't have to be the best. Just be the best you can be.